Hey y'all, I have a question for you. Do you love your life? Do you want to be ruined forever? If so, you should try drugs. There are many different types of drugs. They can affect the body, the mind, and the soul in a big way. According to listverse.com, the top 10 drugs of choice are heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine, crack cocaine, LSD, ecstasy, opium, marijuana, mushrooms, and PCP. The effects of these drugs can be deadly. I'm not going to say all drugs are bad though. The over-the-counter drugs, if taken correctly, can help you out tremendously. According to drugfreeworld.org, by survey, almost 50% of teens believe that taking prescription drugs is much safer than using illegal street drugs. But even those drugs can become bad for you. Mostly, I'm talking about the hard stuff. Most are illegal, but somehow people always get a hold of them. Austin police are warning of the dangers of illegal drugs after they say a 21-year-old woman died after taking the drug Molly last weekend at the Austin City Limits Music Festival, according to myfoxdfw.com. They can make you feel a certain type of way considering which drug you are taking. My fiance used to be addicted to cocaine. Luckily he told me and he got clean, but before that happened I could tell there was something not right. He always seemed distant and confusing when he spoke. I could never really pinpoint what he was talking about. He had very frequent nosebleeds, and that seemed very odd to me. I had to confront him to see what was wrong. If I would not have intervened, he could have serious health problems. According to UNODC.org, excessive doses of cocaine may lead to convulsions, seizures, stroke, cerebral hemorrhage, or heart failure. Also, my uncle is addicted to this drug. He is severely malnutritioned, and he is always in the hospital for heart problems. Why would you want to try a drug that will give you heart problems and possibly kill you? These drugs are not to be messed with. They are all deadly. NCADD.org states that, according to National Survey on Drug Use and Health, an estimated 20 million Americans aged 12 or older use an illegal drug in the past 30 days. Why are we letting our children do this to themselves? Is it the peer pressure that is getting to them, or social media? Whatever it is, we need to stop it in its tracks. We need to teach our children that drugs are bad. We need to inform them on the risks and side effects of these drugs. According to justice.gov, drugs that are legal, prescription drugs, and over-the-counter medications can be just as dangerous as illegal drugs. Maybe if they knew more about them, they would choose to stay away from them. Doing these hard drugs won't only affect the user, it also affects people around them. Even if the effects aren't physical, there is an emotional and psychological aspect. I will never forget the day I found out about my fiance. I was devastated because I knew what could be the effect of this drug. To this day, I wonder what would have happened if he wouldn't have told me and he kept doing it. Would he be alive? Would I be a single mom because of it? There are a lot of different things that might have happened. Chemical endangerment is a felony punishable by up to 10 years in prison and a fine of up to $15,000. The punishment increase if the exposure to drugs result in serious injury to or death of the child, according to AniStar.com. In conclusion, drugs come in many different shapes and forms. If you take over-the-counter drugs, make sure you know what you're taking and what you're about to get yourself into. All drugs can become addictive. If you can't control yourself, I suggest you take nothing at all. Thank you.